You will have heard of these terrible murders on our brethren.
The victims from the clergy were murdered by order of the Dean of Westminster.
The king will not last the week, and when he dies, I fear we will lose his protection. All roads lead to us.
Well, is the tower by the plague pit? Well, it belongs to Frederick Dipple.
I told Joe I had a bad feeling about Mr. Dipple.
Have you told the police?
They won't take me seriously.
Even the Home Secretary will find he cannot refuse the seal of the king.
Well, the king has put his seal to it and granted royal assent.
Has he?
You could see my son. Why would God let you see him and not me?
Who are you?
The one who can show you how. Only Harvey's sick enough to think of it. Only he will take the heart.
This is not God's will.
There is no such thing. I would never let you die, John. You're safe now. Rest.
Shall we begin? My firstborn.
You thought you could escape me? Well, then I'm glad you've got what you wanted.
God will judge you for this.
The human heart contains the endocardium, which is vital to the reanimation process. It has tissue that is found in no other place.
Why men of God?
The donors were simply good men of the church who got in the way of the Dean's ambitions. We are merely putting the scraps to further use.
Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God.
And did you, John, see God?
How many others did you kill?
All of them died for science. I make no apologies.
Even your own sister?
I was too late. I could not save her from the fire.
She saved herself from you. I saw her, Harvey. She knew fire. Fire was her only escape. You killed your sister. Surely it's lighting the fire.
Sacrifices are necessary. Your father taught me that. He was willing to sacrifice anything for his work. Even his own son.
God will judge you for this. He will judge you for this.
Now do you understand? You are not the only one. You and I are like brothers.
He will betray you.
After tonight, I do not need him. My father taught him the art, but not the secrets. Those are mine only.
He will take what he wants and leave you with nothing. You won't kill him. That would be your mistake.
Do you think that one more corpse means anything to me? I have lived longer than any man. I have watched as the people I loved decayed and died.
Then why not kill yourself and end it?
Death, that does not end this. There's nothing beyond the shoreline. Just the cold water and the wind that rolls on and on into eternity. But with Esther, I may have a life without death.
A world without God.
There is no God. As soon as you grasp that, anything is possible.
Claim opportunity for the anointing of his very own. Mr. Rehnquist, you surprise us. Canon Steward, please show Mr. Rehnquist out. I'm afraid the Canon Steward and I have much to arrange in anticipation of the King's death.
Are the intentions of the King's successor any clearer? Mr. Dean, I must know. Am I to be exposed?
You must calm yourself, Mr. Rehnquist. The Duke of Clarence is a naval man. He has no interest in the intrigue of court or church. Your recent actions will remain private.
I have your assurance.
You have God's assurance. You must have faith. Do you have faith, Mr. Enquist?
Yes, Mr. Dean.
Then you've nothing to fear from the death of a king.
Mr. Rehnquist, and in daylight, no less. On our last meeting, you spoke of proof.
No, no. You did. And the lack thereof.
Lacking no more. The truth about the murders.
The Dean of Westminster
Has blood on his hands. The clergymen were chosen because they opposed his corruption. The murders purposed to terrify the population of Pye Street into abandoning their homes.
for the sale of the land.
This story must be exposed.
What about your story, Mr. Rehnquist? Is that a part of this?
It was my choice to walk in the shadow of the church. But when the king dies, the Dean will cover his tracks. His crimes must not be allowed to disappear into darkness.
You have my word.
Your father's catalyst.
Perfect.
He was a genius.
As are you for recreating it. Life held between our fingertips.
Indeed.
Now show me how.
Joseph. I want to see Treadaway right now. Please, Constable Bircher.
You're positive this belonged to Sergeant Nightingale?
Yes. That's his token from the foundling hospital where we all grew up. When a mother leaves her baby on the doorstep, she leaves something like a ribbon or a token with the baby that only the mother would know about. So if she ever wants her baby back, she can prove it's her kid. And so that we may be useful to ourselves, that's Joe's. Which means he was there, in Dipple's house. He left it there so I'd find it, because only I'd know that. That he was in danger. You better start believing me quick, because Dipple's shutting up his house. And if you don't, I'll take it to the church watchman. But Joe believed in the police. He believed in you, Inspector Treadaway.
You're employed by the church, and so will follow the church's orders without question. You will apprehend Frederick Dipple as the murderer, because it is his footsteps that lead directly to the very hearts removed from each victim. Do you understand?
No, I don't. Only yesterday, Dipple was released by the Metropolitan Police. If he is the murderer, why didn't they keep him in custody until...
The Dean requires you to act upon his sole instruction. Now at sound assistance. Is that plain?
Yes, Mr. Rehnquist.
Bircher, what's the count?
6 absent. No more.
So be it. Right. This is very simple. Frederick Dipple killed one of our own. So tonight, we catch him, or we don't stop till we do.
Give that to me.
You promised me the formula.
Give it to me!
I need it!
Police, open the door!
Get this door open! Take all this as evidence. Take him. You want to escape? Pie Street's a warren.
I can get us out. I can.
Get off the streets! Order the parish watch! Stay inside! 3 men on the corner here, 2 men on the junction.
Follow me. There's another way.
Inspector, are these hearts, lad? Human hearts.
Bring a little wider. Relax up.
Straight away. Wait, look. Did you see anything?
Not a soul got by us. Then they've gone to ground in the rookery. We'll push back through in 2 waves. First wave to draw them out of hiding. Second wave to catch them.
Agreed.
You lot, second wave.
You heard him. Together! Jump, jump! Go down!
Look at me. You're alive. So breathe. Just breathe.
We must move. We must move.
Follow me.
Spread out! Spread out, officers! Keep your wits about you. They're in here somewhere.
We need sanctuary. In our place.
The first line is to flush us out, and there'll be another. It's an old trick.
Esther, we have to leave now.
I know this city. You'll be safe with me.
Do you think I will just hand her over to you?
If she stays with you, there'll be no escape.
She's mine. She is all I have left.
What is it you need from her, Dipple?
I need a woman. Too. I cannot live without Esther. And one day, soon, you will come to the understanding that neither can you. Esther, this time we left. Esther!
It's not your decision.
That's exactly what it is. She's my bride, my property.
I am no one's.
Is my dear brother, the king, dead?
I'm afraid so, Your Royal Highness.
Long live the king.
Long live the king. Long live the king. Please, no such ceremony. Let the light back in here. Mr. Dean, instructions from you under the seal of the king. I trust this has not been for your own benefit. We'll speak of it. Thank you, Mr. P.
Here's a tale of corruption that runs to the very heart of the church and its crimes here in Westminster.
Indeed. I'll read it with interest. But I'll be the best judge of that.
There are footprints which lead to our door that need to be erased.
All these things were found in Lord Harvey's laboratory.
These are the ramblings of a madman.
We found bodies tampered with, just as the journal describes. We found human hearts encased in ice. And we recovered Sergeant Nightingale's bloodied notebook, right there at the scene. To my mind, there's no question. Lord Harvey is the man responsible for committing the Westminster murders.
This cannot be true.
The evidence weighs heavy.
I did not commit these murders. Sir Robert, please, speak to the Dean of Westminster. He can tell you the truth of this. Speak to him, I beg you. He will plead my innocence.
The Dean of Westminster.
We cannot stay long.
Is he here?
Esther.
Is Sam here? Can you look, please?
No, I don't see him.
You're lying.
No, today, now, I don't see him.
But you see the dead, don't you?
Yeah, I see them. But not my family. Not my wife, my daughter. I'm sorry, Esther, but we don't see our own dead. We don't see them.
But I see death everywhere. Here I am, a dead woman buried under her work. And there, here, dead mother just shrouded in her grief. I am the ghost that has haunted this place. I have lived inside my grief so long. In this shop, just consumed by it. If Sam is here, it's because I have clung to him too long. I could never accept his death.
He's robbed you of God, Harvey.
Then let God forgive me. But I do not need him. Not anymore. I will not have it these dictates of gods and men. I must learn to live by my own sensibility now. Just guilt be gone. Grief be gone. I am alive. Today is the beginning.
It is. It is. We have to be our last, Esther. The dead must stay dead.
What will become of us?
We will live. We'll live.
That's my boy!
Is it all over?
The killer is caught. Now firmly under lock and key. Do you really want to stay here in Joseph's lodgings? With all these memories?
I think I'd rather stay. It was my home.
Lord Harvey, the Dean of Westminster claims to have had no contact with you since your flight to the continent 2 years ago. And with respect, I have no reason to disbelieve him. He was sympathetic to your delusions.
Delusions? So, Robert, this is a conspiracy against me.
You must find the lunatic. Harvey. The man is John Marlad. Resurrected. If you could just see his face, you would know the truth of what I said.
Please, Our acquaintance has been long and fruitful. It pains me to witness this outcome. But you have my word, I will not see you hanged. Whatever influence I have remaining, you will be well cared for. Goodbye, Lord Harvey. We will not meet again. Do what must be done for him.
Rest assured, his care shall fall to me, and no other.
Thank you, Dr. Mitchell.
Where is it? Hard Times in the Devil's Acre. Where is it? Where's my story?
In the fire, where it belongs. And if you wish to continue seeing your words in print, young man, I suggest you reconsider your idea of what is fit for publication.
I do not believe my values to be those in question.
How dare you?
Because I have a pen, sir. And I became a writer not to fill pages, but to bring about change. I fancy it is time I found a publisher who feels similarly inclined.
Get out.
It is my distinct pleasure!
For your kindness, Father Ambrose. For my debt. The dead demand justice. And it falls to me to deliver it. The righteous show mercy and give. You were right about me, Father. I am John Marlett.
The police have London stitched shut.
This road is your safest way out.
You sure you won't reconsider, Mr. Mallott? There's a space for you, too. You are one of the blessed.
Not blessed. Just headed in a different direction.
Take care of yourself, Mr. Mallott. No one else will. That's the world. Huh?
Thank you.
Soldier?
You've chosen another path, then.
I have. For now. When the time comes, I'll find you.
I'll see you again, Mr. Mallard. May God walk with you.
And with you, Esther Rose.
All right, my beauties. Let's look sharpish.